BWKV9WJ says 25,000 shares times 1.47 equal to 36,750. I'm happy with that monthly distributions. So here is responding to my video that I made. MSTY had paid lower and was disappointed because they pay 140 versus what they paid earlier, maybe $2 and some changes. So for me, technically, if you receive this amount of money, 36,000 per month, that's a lot of money. I'll be happy too. But we don't know more details about this investor. How much was his price when he bought these shares? But what I can say, if he invests half of this distribution or invests all of it, he will be millionaire within just a year. That's a lot of money. There's one person here says, staying away, I'm already have a lot of high yield like MSTY, IMST, MSII. My response was, nah, it sounds like you already set with those high yield. Just keep stacking those dividends. This is a pretty wise because if you already have a bunch of ETFs that are almost similar, corny, then you might want to maybe diversify your portfolio. So I can see where this investor is coming from. Some people like to buy different ETFs and diversify their portfolio that way. And some people like to have very lean portfolio. For example, I personally don't like to have too many ETFs. I just like to have a couple. For example, ymax is my favorite because it has all the other ETFs. And I can pick one of the other ETFs like MSTY or ULT. And that's it. 3, 4 for me is good. But for some people, they just like to stack more and more. Either way you're doing is up to you and how comfortable you are with your investments. Ouroboros FMA, I would not expect MSTY to be around in 3 years, let alone 30. So this person here is responding to my projection of having MSTY, and let's say if you keep reinvesting your distribution for a number of years, you'll be a millionaire. So he's saying it's not going to be around just 3 years. So what he's trying to say here is that MSTY is not going to be around for that long. Hey, this is his opinion. For me, I do believe MSTY is here to stay as long as the crypto and Bitcoin is trading. What do you think? How long do you think MSTY will be around? James 2 Camacho is asking, should MSTY be in Roth IRA or a regular brokerage account? There are different answers here. My answer to James is this. It really depends on your investment strategy. Roth IRA can offer tax-free growth, while regular brokerage account gives you more flexibility. Consider your long-term goals. Whether you invest in taxable and non-taxable account all depends, because if you invest in a Roth IRA, that means you have to wait till you're 59 and a half, I believe. Then you can take your money tax-free. But if you invest in a regular brokerage account, you can invest and take your money anytime you want. But of course, there are consequences. You're going to pay taxes. But again, taxes all depend on your current income and more. And that's why I don't like to talk about tax as much, because everybody has their own different circumstances and how they pay their taxes. Just Neskis, it pays monthly, not every 4 weeks. I'll watch. So he's talking about MSTY because I said MSTY pays every 4 weeks. Some people always put a comment, and I usually don't get mad at comments because maybe they're not informed. My answer was, bro, it states on Yieldmax's website every 4 weeks. They do have 13 payments in a year because 4 times 12 equals 48. The 4 more weeks make it a year or 52 weeks. So they would pay every 4 weeks, is not monthly. Technically, I know monthly and weekly can get confusion sometimes, but the way this thing works is just every 4 weeks they pay, and within a year, you will be getting 13 payments rather than just 12. Because if they pay monthly, then you're only going to receive 12 payments in a year. But we know Yieldmax ETFs pays 13 payments in a year for these monthly paying ETFs. So that's all I have for comments. Now I want to show you update on Yieldmax distribution for this week. Yieldmax ETFs has announced distribution for Group A, and X date on record date is June 12, 2025, which is tomorrow. Payment date is on Friday, June 13th, 2025. In order for you to receive distributions for this week, you have to have invested in any of these ETFs as of today. If you haven't, then you are not going to receive distribution for Group A for this week. But you are not late. If you want to invest in any of these ETF, you can always buy next week or after tomorrow, and you will receive distribution for next week. So this is how much they paid. I'm not going to read one by one, but I can see here the distribution range from 25 cents to $1.27. The highest distribution was from Snowy, $1.27. Distribution rate range from 25 to almost 80%. And the highest distribution yield here was Ulti, 10 cents or 79.31%. For return of capital, most distributions came from return of capital except FEET and FIVI. They had a 0% came from return of capital. The other distribution announcement came from Round Hill. Ex-date and record date is June 12, 2025. Payment date is June 13th, 2025. It's Friday. They have the same schedule as Yieldmax ETFs for these 0 day to expiry cover call ETF. XDTE, qdte, rdte, and one more, which is Bitcoin cover call ETF, YBTC. How much they're going to pay: XDTE 19 cents, qdte 15 cents, rdte 13 cents. YBTC is going to pay 20 cents, and this is lower than what they paid last week. So guys, that's all I have for today. I just wanted to go through a few comments and questions from investors and keep you an update on dividend distributions for this week from Round Hill and Yieldmax ETFs. If you have any comment, if you have any question, make sure you leave in a comment below. And thank you very much for watching. And if you don't want to miss any of the update, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button, so whenever I release a new video, you will be able to get notification. And if you like this type of content, as always, smash the like button and don't forget to share with someone you think this video might help. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on next video. Bye bye.